meditation on the modifications of the mind, or mind modifications. And this meditation goes ideally with Book 1, Sutra 6 in our study of the Yoga Sutras of Pantanjali series. But you can use it again at any time as a reminder. So before you begin the meditation, as I always say, make sure you're in a quiet place where you will not be interrupted and have something to write with if you want to make notes when the meditation is completed. Let's begin. You are the self. You are the peaceful self. You are consciousness, the seer. As the seer, you express through a brain and look out through two eyes into this world. But often, as you express into the brain and look out into the world, your ability to remember the self that you are becomes distorted. You become denser, dulling and distorting the regions of the brain and mind. In many ways, you literally shut out the light. And as the brain is dulled, it no longer becomes the instrument that you as the self can utilize to accurately perceive the reality of the self you are, as well as to accurately look out into the world. The key is to become aware of these distortions that are causing you to forget who you are as the self. And in yoga, these mental modifications can dull you in the following ways. First, memory. So consider briefly, what are your predominant thoughts throughout the day? How much of it is preoccupied in terms of past events that you're still mulling over, or future events that you're anticipating as if one day when they happen you can finally be happy, you can finally be at peace? Just think for a moment, contemplate. How much are you in the past or in the future instead of in the present moment? Then consider briefly if you need to learn to stay more in the present moment and release traumatic memories so the self you are shines through more. Once you learn to be in the present moment, the next step is to deal with the impact of sleep. So consider how you can benefit by always staying alert to the self you are, even during physical sleep, allowing you to be present to the self in both the alpha, beta, theta, and delta brainwave patterns that happen as you are in sleep, in meditation, or elsewhere. Learn how to have consciousness and continuity of consciousness at all times. Next, let's remove another mind modification, fancy. This is the ability to see through fanciful and delusional glamours that are caused by emotional reactions that reinforce the ego and distort the world as it really is. Usually, these emotional reactions continue to make you feel alone, isolated, separate, or they hyperinflate your sense of specialness. How much are you subject to these fanciful or delusional glamours and distortions at this time? Take a moment to contemplate. As you let these fancies go, your brain is lit up. You are more able as the seer, the self, the peaceful self, to access the brain, stabilize the mind, remember who you are as the peaceful self, and see more clearly into the world. The next mind modification is illusion. Now consider how you can benefit from training that helps your mind remove distortions and illusions that prevent you from seeing the self you really are. This is the peaceful self process, which constantly helps you anchor and remember that self and see you as that self in all ways, mentally, emotionally, and physically. As you clear up that illusion, you're becoming more and more that peaceful self. And the mental modifications move towards the only mental modification that is of true use, correct knowledge. And as these mental modifications are worked with effectively, you strengthen the brain and its capacity to see and know the self. You become the Word incarnate. You become the Om. This is yoga. It is the science of union. It allows you to remember who you are at all times and to illuminate the brain and body with correct knowledge and self-realization.